John, tough when you had a last shot. I don't know if that's the shot you wanted, but 1-point game, tough way to lose.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. I give Martin a lot of credit. It's not easy, and we've been there prior to this season for 2 years. When your back's against the wall, you're 0-5, 0-6, 1-6. You know, lose by 20 the other night. Those kids came out with tremendous energy, man. I give that staff and those guys a lot of credit. They did some really, really good things.
You probably weren't expecting Bogan to hit all those threes early on. I mean, you do your scouting report, he's a guy that averages 6, but then he goes crazy in the first half.
Yeah, and then, you know what, that's part of it. That's part of it. I mean, the kid he did some good things. I mean, you want guys to step up. He made shots when they needed them. All right, they made 4 threes in the first half. They didn't make a 3 the rest of the game, you know. So that really wasn't the difference. He got them off to a good start. You know, the thing I key to is they got 28 points in the second half. You know, when we're making shots, we're feeling good, but our defense isn't there. You know, the intensity that we guarded with in the second half, if you play with half of that in the first half, we have a different game. But again, it's part of our maturity, part of our growth, understanding what it takes to win basketball games, you know, and we're growing, we're doing some really good things, but we're not quite there in that area yet.
I wanted to ask you about that, about growing, learning how to win. I noticed you huddled the guys together at half court after the game, and we're kind of talking through some stuff. Teams have to learn how to win, don't they?
Oh, no doubt about it. And it's a process. And we're so much further along than where we were last season or where we were a month ago. I mean, these guys are doing a great job. They're bringing their hard head. They're practicing at a good level right now. So we're getting there, you know. And I think it sounds crazy, but sometimes it's easier to learn from losses than it is from wins. You know what I mean? Because at that point, you got to buy in. You got to figure out something. You're scratching the car. You're really competing. This year, we're playing a little bit better. Not at the level that we want to be at. 3-5 is not earth-shattering, but we're playing better. All right, we're coming off a win Thursday night. Our guys kind of let their guard down a little bit, you know, and that's where, again, you got to learn how to win with wins as well. I mean, because wins can mask your deficiencies. You know what I mean? You kind of get an inflated view of what you're doing. And I think we had a little bit of that Thursday, you know, and that's why, again, that first half and a good part of the game played out the way that it did.
John, it was sort of freewheeling first half there. You hit 10 threes, and they hit their shots, and then the defense sort of changed that in the second half. And again, you talked about how much better defensively you played in the second half.
Yeah, you know what? We made 10 shots early, and the thing that we talked about at halftime, you know, and it's, I mean, honestly, it's unreal that we were only up 3.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We shot 50% from the field. We made 10 threes, and you're only up 3 points. But that's because they shot 60-some%, and they're shooting layups. You know what I mean? So we're up 3 because we made 10 threes, and they're getting layups. You know, I said, you can't anticipate shooting like that in the second half, and we didn't. You know, and that's the difference in the game. I mean, we made 1 3, and it wasn't necessarily their, I mean, don't quote me wrong, it wasn't necessarily their defense. I mean, we just missed shots. You know, even right there at the last, we're finally getting stops. We were missing wide open shots. Daniel Kinchin missed 2 wide open shots. Jalen missed a wide open shot. Somebody missed a layup in there. And even that last shot, it's not necessarily what we were looking for, but it's a shot, you know, I mean, again, Dan's 12 feet from the rim. So it's a shot he's very capable of making. Shots just didn't go in.
Talk about your defense wasn't good in the first half, but you guys held Butler to 7 points for the game. You guys did a great job on him.
You know what, and again, that's growth. You know what I mean? There's always positives, win, lose, or draw. There's always progress. I mean, and the guys did a really good job. We gave Denzel Mahoney, who's an elite player, 34, 36, whatever he had Thursday night. And everybody wants to point to, you know, Keenan Simmons or Jalen Henry or whoever that matchup was. It's never one guy. You know what I mean? That kid's got 30, however many points. There's 4 other defenders on the floor. You got one guy you got a key on. You know, I think the guys took that to heart, and they figured it out tonight. You know, I mean, JB and Christian will get the credit for guard number 1, but again, there's 4 other people on the floor that covered up a lot of mistakes and helped. And you know, again, so that's, even though we didn't play at the level we needed to on the defensive end, that is progress for sure.
David's had a good week, and Jalen really got some key points for you in the second half when nobody else was doing a whole lot.
Yeah, you know what? David's growing. David's growing. He's doing some really good things. He's got his legs under him. And aside from the offense, he's obviously capable there. He's really growing on the defensive end. I mean, he's using his length. He's using athleticism. He's getting his hands in passing lanes and doing some good things. Jalen bounced back. I thought he was a little bit better, you know, tonight. We still need more from him, more from Brandon on the defensive end. I mean, that was key in the first half. I don't think those guys, and not to just key on them, but you asked about the bigs, so they weren't where we needed them to be defensively, especially early in the game.
Yeah.
40 points in the paint, and is that about, like, we hear people talk about defense being about effort, but there's also scheme and what they're doing to you, like, can you?
Yeah, our rotations were off, and you know, again, I'll take the hit on that. I mean, I never want to put too much on our guys. We made an adjustment, you know, last 8 to 10 minutes of the game, and outside of the one they won the game on, they didn't really get any layups after that, you know what I mean?
Right.
So we should have made an adjustment a little bit sooner. We were getting in some rotations, and not that our game plan was bad, but our guys, we just weren't doing a good job executing it. And I didn't adjust soon enough, you know, so I'll take the hit on that.
How disappointing, though, you have these 2 games at home and they come up empty.
Yeah, it is. It's frustrating, you know what I mean, because we've got a team that should be in the race, and we are in the race. I mean, we're, you know, probably, I don't know, after today, maybe 3 games out, probably second place, you know what I mean? So it's not like we're that far back. But this is, you know, you got to learn how to win games at home. I mean, these are games that we're supposed to win, and that's not a knock on Seymour or a knock on Martin, but we're at home. You know, you got to find a way in a tight OVC race. I mean, these are games that you have to have. You know, so now we got to find a way to go steal 1 or 2 on the road and get our nose back in the thick of it.
John, sort of a key stretch for you. You got 2 games in Nashville and then 4 more at home. This is not a make or break stretch, so to speak, but it's sort of a key point of the season for you.
Oh yeah, I mean every game is you know, a golden opportunity. Every game is magnified once you get to league play. I mean you got I guess 11 teams scratching and clawing trying to get to Evansville, you know. So every game is a high stakes, high pressure, whatever you want to call it. I mean, it's basketball at the end of the day, so guys are just trying to have fun and grow. But you know, every game is big. There's no doubt about it. Not one any bigger than the other.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, John. Good seeing you.